So the last 24 hours have been rough, probably the worst 24 hours in my life in a while.
So unfortunately, this is how our Merida trip started for me. But let's rewind to the beginning.
Take me back to Mexico, that Cancun sun would turn to sun. Were high on me, wanted to vibe with me.
My friend Matt and I spent a couple of weeks backpacking Mexico, and after over a week spent in Oaxaca state, we flew into Merida, the capital and the biggest city in Yucatan Peninsula, which is where some of Mexico's most popular tourist destinations like Cancun or Tulum are located. My expectations for Merida were pretty high.
So I've heard about Merida for the first time a couple of years back. I was following this blogger who used to live in India, and then she moved to Merida, and she was saying that apparently it's one of the coolest cities in Mexico. It's very safe. It's one of the safest places in the country. It's really cool and artsy. There is a lot of culture and history here, and a lot of expats, a lot of foreigners are moving to the city.
The excitement was high. I was ready to explore Merida, but unfortunately life had different plans for me. So this is how our trip started.
So the last 24 hours have been rough, probably the worst 24 hours in my life in a while. I got so sick that I was basically unconscious. I didn't even know what was happening around me. I honestly don't remember last time I was that sick. Probably like 3-4 years ago in India. I got food poisoning, so I feel like nowadays I have to address that. Okay, maybe I'll put my sunglasses on because I look like shit. Anyways, yeah, I feel like I do have to address it nowadays that it was definitely not COVID. I mean, all the symptoms pointed at food poisoning, and I am triple vaccinated. So yeah, and I didn't have any COVID symptoms, that's what I'm trying to say. And you know, it's kind of funny because I almost like pride myself on not ever getting food poisoning, which is a very silly thing to be proud of. But yeah, I mean, I never, like literally the only place I would get sick is India. Like both times I traveled India, I would get sick, but I've never got sick anywhere else. So I'm almost like proud of my stomach for, you know, staying strong, but didn't stay strong here in Mexico. Anyways, what happened was that we left Oaxaca City yesterday. We had a very early morning flight. We flew at 7 a.m. I woke up at 5 a.m. So, you know, when you wake up at 5 a.m. you don't basically know what's happening, right? So I woke up, I guess I was fine. I got in a cab and I got nauseous on the way to the airport, which is very normal for me because I get super car sick almost whenever I'm in the car. So I got car sick. We made it to the airport. It was like 5 a.m. and literally 1 hour later I was in the airport bathroom puking. Yeah, and it basically went downhill from there. I spent the last 24 hours in bed, but now I'm feeling better, so that's a plus. I'm not feeling 100% good, obviously not, but I'm feeling better. And when I was lying in bed yesterday, I think I had fever because I kept having like really weird random dreams, and I felt like I wasn't sleeping. And this whole time the only like thought in my mind was like, I'm not gonna make a vlog from Merida. I was always so excited to see Merida. I've heard about this city for the first time a couple of years back, and yeah, just the thought that I'm freaking, you know, unconscious in bed and this city is out there and I'm not able to make a vlog. Yeah, it was killing me. It was both that thought and food poisoning was killing me basically. It is still early-ish in the morning and I'm waiting for Marta. She went to have breakfast and I didn't want to join her because when I was scrolling Instagram this morning and I was seeing pictures of food, I felt like puking just like seeing pictures of food. And normally scrolling Instagram and looking at pictures of food is like my favorite activity. So, you know, I was like, okay, it's better for you to go and I will wait at the hostel for you, and then we'll just walk around and see the city. Okay, so I officially made it to the streets of Merida.
So we were staying right by Plaza Grande, which is basically the main square and the heart of Old Town of Merida. And it's also the commercial and cultural hub of the city. It's surrounded by some of Merida's most important buildings. There are a lot of street vendors here selling anything from food to souvenirs. And in general, it's a really nice place to just hang out and get the feel of the city. So I would definitely recommend you to stay anywhere around this area if you're planning to explore Merida. The first stop of the day is gonna be the bus station because we decided that we're going to Tulum. Very original, I know. You've probably never heard about this place before. So we're actually planning not to go to Tulum because we're super cool and different. And we're planning to go to Isla Holbox, which is this island a couple of hours from Merida. But it turned out that the journey there would take us probably around 7 hours. You have to take a ferry since it's an island. So we changed our plans basically and decided that we're gonna be like everyone else and we're gonna go to Tulum. I think the problem with Tulum is that, well, it's very like, I mean, I don't know, we're gonna see once we get there what's the problem with Tulum. Obviously it's very touristy, overpriced, but I guess we know what to expect. It turned out that we actually did not know what to expect, and Tulum was, well, it was a huge disappointment, but more about that in my next vlog. We got our tickets and it's official, we're going to Tulum. So my first impression of Merida is that this city definitely feels much more touristy than Oaxaca City. There are a lot of shops, you know, selling that kind of tourist stuff. It definitely feels bigger as well. It is much bigger. It is like 3 times as big as Oaxaca City. And to be honest, I'm kind of, I don't know, I feel like Oaxaca was a little prettier. I know it's always tricky to compare places, but I mean, that's what you do, right? I guess I was just really impressed with Oaxaca City. I honestly had very little expectations towards Oaxaca. I didn't know much about it, and it definitely surprised me in a very positive way. I mean, the city was so beautiful. I absolutely do believe that if Oaxaca City was located in Yucatan, it would be like a tourist hotspot. Looking back at this footage now, I honestly think that I was being a little bit too negative because I just did not feel well. I was trying to put a brave face on and film this video and enjoy Merida as much as I could. But the truth is that it's hard to enjoy life when you're not feeling well. I am already feeling a little tired. I'm feeling much better, but yeah, very weak still, and my stomach hurts, unfortunately. But what to do? If someone would ask me to choose between Oaxaca City and Merida, and I could only choose one city, I would probably choose Oaxaca City. But it doesn't mean that Merida is not freaking beautiful. I mean, you can probably see yourself. The city is so colorful and also very green. It just feels like a very pleasant city to live in, and I absolutely understand why so many people choose to move here. So we walked around for a bit and now we're taking a break at our hostel. We wanted to come here for a bit to just chill after that exhausting 1 hour we had outside. No, but it is pretty hot here. And the city is quite crowded and there's a lot of traffic. So yeah, those are all the excuses I have for us resting after 1 hour outside. No, but basically we decided that it would be a better idea to look up some cool places, like cool coffee shops to go, etc., because apparently there are a lot of them in Merida, so we don't want to just, you know, go to a random place and risk not getting the good one. Gracias. Monkey. The food was good, but the portion was very small. Too small for me. But then on the other hand, maybe it's good because I'm kind of anxious about how much my stomach can hold. Yeah, and now we're continuing to a very famous street. The famous street I was referring to is another must-see in Merida. It's Paseo de Montejo, which is a large avenue designed to mirror Parisian Champs-Élysées. And you can find a lot of beautiful historic mansions here and monuments. And there are also a lot of restaurants here and nice cafes. And the avenue is about 1.6 kilometers long, so it's a really nice place for a walk. During my couple of years on YouTube, I've learned that expressing your true opinion is unfortunately not always the best policy. And that's why you have so many YouTubers that are overly positive. Overly. I can't even talk today, but I'm excused, right? I mean, I've just puked for 24 hours. I mean, I didn't actually, okay, doesn't matter. That's why so many people start YouTube, not even with the intention of being too positive about everything. But I feel like with time, a lot of YouTubers become too positive about everything, because whenever you express your true opinion, especially if that opinion is negative, whenever you criticize, there will always be a lot of people not liking what you say. Now I got into this whole deep topic. What I wanted to say is that Merida seems like a very nice city, but I'm not as mind blown as I thought I would be. I think the main reason is because we came here from Oaxaca City, and Oaxaca City was really impressive. Like, I was honestly really impressed by Oaxaca City. So we were headed to dinner. It's about time. It's about 5:30, so it's our dinner time since our bedtime is 9. No, we're kind of like so loud. I feel like on this whole trip, we either go to bed really early or we like stay up all night because we party. But when we don't party, we go to bed early for some reason. Now I must say, I really do not get the whole White City nickname. So apparently Merida is nicknamed the White City, which I absolutely don't get because the city seems so colorful to me. And now with the sunset, it looks pretty. But I still don't get the White City nickname. It's more like Pastel City. Whoa! Ella perdona. So we came to this restaurant that was recommended to me, and it's really pretty. Kaja. It is our second day in Merida, and we're heading to a coffee shop called Kof.fee or something like that. It's apparently a good one. It looks nice. I am feeling better. Not like 100% normal, but at least feeling better. Hopefully I will feel 100% normal once we get to Tulum. An interesting thing that we noticed is that a lot of the buildings seem to be abandoned, or a lot, you know, quite a lot of them. Yeah, especially the like really nice looking ones. It seems like no one is really using them. The street is really pretty as well. But everything is prettier when the sun comes out. That's the truth of life. Oh, nice. Don't fall. Mommy loves you. That was very nice coffee. I very highly recommend this place. Oh, windy. Now my plan is to just take one last stroll around Merida,
maybe film a little b-roll. My camera is still broken. If you haven't seen my Oaxaca vlog, check it out. I'll link it here. In my Oaxaca vlog, I told you about my camera, which unfortunately broke, which kind of sucks when you're a YouTuber, you know? Yeah, anyways, my camera didn't break. It got some dirt under the lens and no one could fix it in Oaxaca City. I went to several different places and nobody could help me. Now I'm basically vlogging on my phone, but I can use my camera. If I zoom, I think you cannot see the dirt on the lens. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. And then in less than an hour, we're meeting back at the hostel and we are heading to the bus station and we'll be taking the bus to Tulum. The ride will be about 4 hours, 5 hours. It kind of depends on the traffic. Obviously, this whole Yucatan Peninsula can get quite crowded and we're here during the season. It's January, so it really depends. But hopefully it won't take that long and I'm kind of curious to see what the bus will be like.